Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and we are on day number 21 of the Mermaid challenge, and today's prompt is futuristic. So I'm sure you're looking on screen now thinking, why has Katie gone over her sketch in a blue alcohol marker and throwing isopropyl alcohol at it? Well, that's a great question, and for a moment after I'd done this I wondered the same myself. But there is some method in the madness here. I found it really hard to find the sketch underneath it, and by the time I'd thrown all the alcohol and ink all over it, I'm like, yeah, I can't really see very well what I've drawn under here. And I thought I could, but I think because I did several layers of alcohol ink, yeah, it kind of killed the pencil underneath it. But not too much. Luckily, I managed to just about salvage this one. So what does this have to do with the prompt? Well, futuristic. I thought I would create a walking fishbowl for Finley and Claudia, so she and her friend could explore the land a little bit more. However, it's in its very early stages at the moment, and I wanted this to look like blueprints which had been slightly soaked by water, which I think we kind of get here. I've kept the details quite minimal here, and I have gone over most of the line work with a white gel pen, and now I'm using some white acrylic paint. Now, I do plan to do a video on this paint at some point. It's the Stuart Semple Whitest White acrylic paint, and there's some samples of it which I sent off for, because even though I didn't have a great experience with the watercolours, I kind of don't mind the other stuff, and I'm not a big acrylic painter in general, but I do find it useful for various projects here and there, but it's not my main medium, so that's why I've given this a try. Now, this particular batch of the white paint, it did require a few layers because it was quite thin. I do have another 2 batches as well. It was a set of 3. But I used this one because it worked quite well with a rigger brush, which is what I needed. I wanted them lines to look thin and crisp and stand out from that blue. To make this look all the more futuristic, I thought I would add some floating screens on there, and of course they're all touch screen, and that just makes it look all the more futuristic if you ask me. I think because I decided to self-isolate our fishy friends here, it did make a lot of these prompts quite restrictive, and this was no exception. I think if they weren't in a fishbowl I probably would have done this completely differently, and it did take a few attempts to sit down and think of an idea, but I'm actually really happy with how this one turned out. As with all blueprints, there are notes about dimensions and materials, and they are written in a strangely coded language which I made up on the spot, which consists of shells, fish tails, and maybe a few other seafaring items. Who knows? I can't read it, but maybe Finley could understand it. Anyway, we're all done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you bared with me until it looked like something that made sense. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!